And there comes a time then when you have to, like a football official, this is compared to football, it's a great metaphor, you have to stand up and be counted. Hardest call I ever made. Green Bay, Wisconsin. 2 calls, actually. Green Bay, Wisconsin, December 1965, my second year. 25-19 Green Bay. 40 seconds to go in the ball game. Minnesota's ball, Green Bay 30. Throw a pass. Down the sideline. Herb Adderley has got, Hall was a receiver's name, boxed in perfectly. At the 2-yard line, he reached out, gave Herb Adderley a gentle push in the back, caught the ball in the end zone for the touchdown that would have made the Baltimore Colts champion instead of Green Bay. I got the Herb Adderley whirled and said, he pushed me. I said, there's the flag, Herb. Offensive pass interference. When the Vikings heard that, they descended on me like a storm. I couldn't get out of the end zone. They were calling me every name you could think of. The other officials were having a ball. I was in my second year. They stayed away from me as if I had leprosy. And I finally made my way out of the end zone, and this is true, and I ran out to the 25-yard line where Norm Schachter, the #1 referee in the National Football League, was our referee, was standing with his arms folded and grinning on national television. I said, I've got offensive pass interference on the 2-yard line. Ball caught in the end zone, no touchdown, 15 from the previous spot, and replay the down. He grinned. He said, Art, take 2 steps backward and say it again. You're spitting in my face. I backed up and I laughed. I said, Norm, take Minnesota 15 for offensive interference. 2 plays later, he throws a quarter pattern to Red Phillips. He leaps at the goal line, dives, the ball hits his arm, bounce up. Now that's not an incomplete pass. It didn't hit the ground, it hit his arms. His first contact was with the pylon, and I yelled, no! Incomplete pass out of bounds, and the world fell in. 2 touchdowns in 40 seconds. And they were all cussing me in the end zone, and Bill Brown was the all-pro fullback for Minnesota, and he was about the last one. Him and I had it. I said, you open your mouth to me once more and you're out of here. He said, you haven't got the guts, and I threw him out. And went out to Schachter, and I said, I've got incomplete pass at the goal line, and I've got 15 yards on Minnesota for unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 30 is out of the ball game. And I said, if that coach comes on, I'm going to get that coach. And I reached for my flag because Van Brocklin was about 10 yards on the field yelling at me. And my flag was laying down in the end zone. And Schachter, I was starting to get my hat off. He said, you leave that hat on your head, you've got us in enough trouble already. Don't you dare throw anything. Well, the end of that story was we got to the dressing room, and the other guys left the field. They left the field early. I had to shoot the gun. I had my head down. He talked them all into leaving. I went alone with the Minnesota Vikings up the chute. I got to the dressing room and went in. They were all standing there grinning, and Schachter looked at me and said, don't worry about it, Art. Someday we'll look back on this and laugh and say, who was that guy that was with us for a couple of years that made those calls in Green Bay? But then he said the thing that changed my life. He said, Art, just remember, 900 million Chinese don't even know we played. We are but footprints in the sands of time. And one of those things that you have to do as a trusted advisor, have the guts to look me in the eye and say, you shouldn't do that. And mean it. And that's not always easy. But you could have it worse. You could be a blow-dryer salesman at a Hare Krishna rally.